New scandal. Jungkook house is the result of Jungkook's hard work from adolescence to adulthood. Is the world ready to accept the harsh reality that has been tightly covered by the South Korean entertainment industry? Is the public ready to open their eyes to the fact that a luxurious house, which is now in the spotlight of the world, is not just a symbol of the glory of a superstar, but the fruit of sweat, tears, and even wounds that a teenager named Jungkook had to endure since he was not yet an adult? This question now haunts BTS fans, especially ARMY, after controversial news surfaced. Jungkook's mansion is not just a gift of popularity, not just the result of the Korean entertainment industry system, but the result of brutal hard work he lived since he was an innocent teenager who did not even know the meaning of the world. This news is like a time bomb. The world is now shocked by a fact that not everyone dares to reveal. The house, which is now nicknamed Jungkook Palace, turned out to be a symbol of suffering, sacrifice, and heavy responsibility that a boy has been carrying since the age of 15. Why not? When teenagers his age are busy chasing teenage dreams, first love, or just studying without a burden, Jungkook has actually assumed responsibility as the backbone of the family. He works, sings, dances, trains late at night, just to make sure his family can live better. And now, the house, which stands majestically in South Korea's most elite area, is a silent witness to a long struggle that not everyone can live with. But behind it all, a controversial question arises. Why does the Korean media rarely raise the dark side of this story? Why is the world treated only to a beautiful picture of the successful golden magne, while the bitter side of its long journey is densely covered? Is there anyone who deliberately hides the fact that Jungkook has to divide his life into two, as a world idol, and as a child who has to provide for his family since his youth? This story is more than just the journey of a star. This is a story about an invisible scandal, a story about a child who was forced to grow up too fast, a story about how a house could keep the dark secrets of the Korean entertainment industry. Jungkook House is not just a building with magnificent architecture. For some, the house is a symbol of global success. But for those who truly understand Jungkook's life's journey, the house is a monument of sacrifice. Each wall seemed to hold the sound of Jungkook's training in a small studio room when he was a teenager. Each clear glass seemed to reflect the tears he had endured when he longed for the old house, and his mother was so swollen. Each corner seemed to hold the prayers of a mother who once worried that her son would not be able to survive in this cruel world. This scandal arose because the public began to realize that something was wrong. How could a 15-year-old already bear such a burden? How is it that, when other children are still searching for their true selves, Jungkook has been forced to choose between a normal adolescence or a demanding life under the camera? Isn't this a form of exploitation disguised as a struggle for a dream? More surprisingly, this house was not an instant gift that came after BTS gained global popularity. This house is the result of Jungkook's long savings, his accumulated hard work since the beginning of his debut, since he still had to sleep only a few hours a day, since he was willing to sacrifice his youth for nonstop training. When the army cheered at the sight of the house, Jungkook himself probably smiled bitterly, remembering how hard he fought to buy the place that is now called Palace. But what makes this news even more emotional and controversial is the fact that all this was done for the sake of his mother. Jungkook once revealed that his mother is the most loyal figure to accompany him. When everyone just said "cheer up" to her, only her mother asked, "Are you okay today?" And probably, the mansion was not built for himself. The house, some observers say, is a child's offering to his mother, a form of recompense for her having accompanied him through the most difficult times. But is this enough to pay for the loss of his childhood and adolescence that never came back? Now the public is wondering, is Jungkook's house really a symbol of happiness, or is it a symbol of the sacrifices he had to undergo from a young age? Is this a victory, or is it actually a wound disguised into success? All of these controversies opened wider discussions about Korea's entertainment industry, about how teenagers like Jungkook are shaped to become money-making machines, and about how a home can spark a worldwide debate about hard work, sacrifice, family love, and the price to pay for global success. And as the world continues to debate Jungkook's home, one thing remains true. Behind all the glitter, there is a boy who once felt tired, once cried silently, but still persevered for the sake of those he loved.